Well, this is the last Israel Adesanya video I'm gonna do for a while because he's gonna lose Saturday night anyway. But but I haven't made a video talking about so much about how he can win this fight. His strategy needs to be a similar strategy to how he fought Joel Romero and how he fought Whitaker. On the feet, he needs to keep this fight standing, first of all. Second of all, he doesn't need to get up close to Cannonier any more than he needs to. He needs to pick him apart with leg kicks. He needs to sometimes mix up the leg kicks with the body kicks. He needs to learn to hit and run. Hit him with some big jabs and move. He needs to circle to the left. I would emphasize left because, I don't know why, but something is telling me he should go left and try to stay away from Cannonier's power. He needs to stay moving the whole time away from Cannonier. He doesn't need to be stationary and stand in front of Cannonier, giving Cannonier a chance to grab him and take him down, put him in the clinch, or do what he needs to do to limit Adesanya's movement. He needs to stay in the center of the cage, away from the cage walls. That's what Adesanya needs to do. He needs to be able to avoid getting taken down. He needs to have some good sprawling technique. And again, I emphasize staying away from getting up close to Cannonier, not so much to get hit, but if he gets wrapped up in a clinch with Cannonier or gets put up against the wall by Cannonier, Cannonier doesn't really need to hit him and hurt him, put him away early. He can take Adesanya down and just control him like Blachowicz did. Adesanya needs to avoid that. And if he is on the ground, he doesn't need to stay there for too long. He doesn't need to panic if he is on the ground. But again, this is all case scenario for what he needs to do. If he's on the feet, I wouldn't say go for the knockout early. I'd be content with taking this fight the distance. I would wear him down like he did with Costa, but be less stationary, standing in front, because in the second round, he started to stand in front of Costa more when Costa was tired, because Cannonier is not going to gas out. He's a better fighter, I believe, than Costa is. So, yeah, if Adesanya can do these things, he can win the fight. Of course, and I think he should limit big moves like big head kicks, spinning heel kicks. He should limit all that fancy stuff, even the head kicks, because if he swings and misses, or if Cannonier blocks it, you block it. You can follow up, give Cannonier an opportunity to follow up with a big hook or a big uppercut or something big to catch Adesanya with. So Adesanya needs to avoid that. He needs to avoid using spinning elbows, all the fancy moves. It just keeps it simple, keeps it basic, stays moving, does not get stationary, don't get comfortable in there, don't get overconfident. As Adesanya has done that in some of his fights, like with Blachowicz, it costed him. He gave Whitaker a chance to have that fight closer to what it should have been, in my opinion, when I watched the second fight. If Adesanya does these things and stays level-headed the whole time, he should have no issues winning this fight. That's just my honest assessment. I just don't think it's going to be that easy because Cannonier is a smart fighter. And again, I look at the highlights. People say all he can do is knock him out. That's not true. I've seen him not just knock guys out, but throw guys down, take them down. So he knows how to wrestle. And again, he's grabbed guys at heavyweight and light heavyweight. While he's smaller than that now, he's still going to have some of that power. Not just to hit Adesanya, but to take him down and control the fight, positioning the fight, making Adesanya work off his back. That's what Adesanya must avoid. I'm not worried about Adesanya getting caught with something on the feet. That doesn't concern me too much. My concern is getting wrapped up in a clinch or getting taken down or getting put up against the fence like Stipe did with DC. Stipe put him against the fence and it limited DC's ability to fight as much as he wanted to. If Adesanya can stay out of those situations, he wins the fight. And I talk about things that Cannonier can do to beat him in this video, because if Adesanya can avoid those things and stick to his game plan, circle around, pick him apart, not necessarily look for the finish unless it's obvious you've hurt Cannonier, which I doubt is going to happen because Cannonier's got a hard head. Brunson couldn't put him away. Whitaker couldn't. He's probably not going to either. That's just being realistic. Not because he can't, like he did, but because he doesn't need to. So Adesanya can win this fight. I'm not saying he can't. I'm just not picking him to win.